Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. So my name is Rizal. You can call me Juf. So I want to welcome the participants to this workshop today. So you can see that a few people, a few participants already in our WebEx meeting room. So here we have Dr. Zakia, also the host for today's sharing session, and also the Dr. Nizamuddin, Professor Madia, Associate Professor Dr. Azma Putra, and then I can see Edward, also see Golden Knight, so Inshira, Norafika, Nurul Eva, right? So yeah, welcome to the session. So it's 2 p.m. here in Malaysia right now, and yeah, I hope you can see the what we want to display in this meeting room clearly, and also you can hear my voice quite clearly. So we set the meeting as mute upon entry, so that so automatically your mic or your microphone. So we are waiting for more participants, some registered participant to arrive or to enter our meeting, our sharing session or meeting room. All right. So maybe a bit of housekeeping. Maybe I'll explain a bit about the sharing session. So we're gonna have officially 3 meetings online or 3 sharing session where we going to meet each other online using WebEx platform. So it will be today's on the 10th of June, and then the second session will be on the 13th of June, which is this coming Saturday, and then the last session will be on the 17th of June, which is next Wednesday. So it's Wednesday, Saturday, and Wednesday, and the session will begin around 2 or 10 past 2, okay, and up until 3:30 or maybe a bit more, depends on how the workshop is going. All right, I hope you already registered to our Telegram group, because that will be our official platform to discuss. Because the way the sharing session or this course or this workshop will be done is that during this official meeting we will discuss on how or methodologies on how to do things, and then we will continue our discussion in our Telegram platform. So over there we will discuss, anytime, anywhere. So as long as even after this course, you can still discuss with us, or you want to share something, or we want to give some feedback. So the Telegram group is quite important. So that will be our official communication platform outside of this WebEx sharing session. So yeah, please do so, because with Telegram, it's the limitation is 1.5 gig. The file you can share is quite large, right? So it's 1.5 gig. So I think that's the best for us right now. So we will also use other apps like maybe notes and pages where we can collaborate. We will further explain on that, because the plan is we have 4 instructors, me, myself, Jufrizal, and then Nizamuddin, Zakia, and also Azma Putra. The 4 of us will, after the first sharing session, we will kind of divide you guys into group in which we can give like more face individual kind of fit how do you say like training, or more personal feedback. So I think it's better. You can also use the chat box here. Okay, if you have any questions during the discussions or during the our sharing session, you can always type or put your question over there, in which the three of us or the four of us will gladly answer any questions during the presentation. So maybe some a bit some housekeeping. Hopefully, I mean not hopefully, but you must have an iPad or a MacBook, an iPad with iPad OS, which is 13, iPad OS 13, or MacBook with Mojave or later. So that is necessary for us because most apps that we're gonna use need to have those um, what do you call that, the must run on those platform, right? um, okay, and also I believe all the participants here in this today's session are from engineering background. Okay, so most of the not most, all of the topics that we're going to content that we are going to develop must from engineering background, let's say science or physics. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're from school or higher education or primary school. Okay, but the team should be around science.
Okay, Dr. Juf, can we start?
Yes, Dr. Azma, right.
So can you screen it?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So good. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. So welcome to crafting interactive digital contents with Apple educators. So this is a continuation of a workshop we ran for I think exactly 1 month. A series of workshop we run exactly 1 month about how to use iPad especially to create engaging contents, interactive contents. In that workshop, we share technical skill from Keynotes, yeah, using apps, using all apps in iPad like Keynotes, iMovie, GarageBand, um, Sharper 3D, Clips, and so on and so forth, to create the content. So our workshop today and for another 2 days up to 17th of June. So it's actually the continuation of that workshop. Yeah. So we expect the participant who join us has at least the basic skill to start to create the content. All right. But I know that some of you maybe just join the workshop, never create any content before using iPad or Mac, but that should be fine because we're going to share the link where you can learn that very quickly, and then you can communicate with us after this workshop. All right. So that's how we are going to run this workshop. So the most important thing is not our live session today, but the most important thing is how you develop the content, and then how you communicate with us to share the progress, and then we can comment on that. And then on the second day, uh, we will review, and then for the final day, hopefully you can produce a very good content uh, in the, with the right design, with the right design. Okay, so let me introduce myself first. So my name is Azma Putra. My expertise is in vibration and acoustics. Yeah, so I got my master and also my PhD, majoring in vibration and acoustics. So why it is important for me to state my expertise, because when we develop the content, uh, it is important that we are the subject matter of the content. Yeah, because because in order to create the content, to create a good content, you have to be the expert of that content, so that you know how to explain it very well, and most importantly is how to explain a difficult thing uh, in in an easy way, yeah. Especially in science and physics, sometimes the students see that very complicated, but the way the teacher explain in an easy way, so they can understand it very easy, and then using the technology, we can visualize the what happened in physics and science. We can amplify that so that the understanding is and the impact is much more bigger, yeah, with animations. So that's why the subject of expertise is important, for the subject matter. Now, I'm also a distinguished educator, Apple distinguished educator. I got it from 2015, and also Apple professional learning specialist. Okay. All right. So the second facilitator, Dr. Jufril Karjanto, the one who opened the session today. So his expertise is human factors in autonomous vehicle. Okay. So this one is also uh, important. So I will show you his content, how he developed his content based on his expertise. Yeah. So how Dr. Juf create that using Keynote, transform that into animations, and then explain what is the human factors in autonomous vehicle. All right. So the third facilitator is Dr. Mudin. Also the same expertise with Dr. Jufrizal, human factors in autonomous vehicle. So both of them got his PhD in the Netherlands, same faculty, same research group. And also I will show you how Dr. Nizam create an animations to explain the human factors in autonomous vehicle. The fourth one, our facilitator, Dr. Zaki Abdul Halim. So her expertise in non-destructive testing. So this one is how to detect crack or any destruction in structure without destroying the structure. So that's why it's called non-destructive testing. So using signals, and then using signal analysis, and so on and so forth. So Dr. Zakia also has developed a very good content on based on her expertise. Yeah? Okay. So let me share you this one. Okay. So in the 10 June, so which is today, our sharing session is more on about H and 5W. So I have shared that this one in your Telegram. So it's about how, what, where, who, when, and it's more about asking why we need to develop a good content for our our topic. Yeah. So by asking these questions, uh, we have uh, we have a bit more design thinking. A bit more design thinking to address the problem in a very precise way. Yeah, rather than randomly uh, choosing anything, but without thinking how to address the problem. 13th of June. 13th of June is so from 10 of June after this workshop. So we have 11, 12 2 days. So let's say how you create your first content. Yeah. By 13th of June, we're gonna review. We're gonna review the content, and then from 13, 14, and the 17 is hopefully you can finish one good content. Eh? We're not expected to have a full content, but at least one good content with a small subtopic. So hopefully you can deliver. Yeah, every one of us can deliver that one content. Okay, so at the end of these sessions is going to be presentations and closing. Okay. So let's begin with brainstorming for today's session, and I will begin our brainstorming first, and then maybe I will ask some of you to present. So be ready with the camera. Eh? So just on the camera, and then let's share your brainstorming, your sketching, and then we can discuss from that. So now today is more about for the first part of the session is more about we discuss, yeah, we talk each other and so. Okay, and then we're going to continue about a review of a technical skill. So Dr. Juf, Dr. Nizam, and Dr. Zakia will show you a very quick on how using Keynote and iMovie and also green screen, yeah, to create content. But the most important one is we will share the link, yeah, where you can see the video, and then you can learn it yourself. Okay, so before we end the session today, we're going to group everyone. So we have 4 of us, and then the total of the participant is around 25. Is it? Is it 25? So each one of the facilitator, let's say me, and we're going to handle maybe 5 or 6, yeah, 6 participants. Where it's more about personal coaching, yeah, personal coaching. So so that the interactions can be more focused rather than we talking in the Telegram group, which is much bigger. Okay. All right. So any questions so far? Dr. Juf, any questions from the participant?
Um, Not yet. I
Yeah,
think there's
participant is still there.
yeah, there is no questions yet.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So let's see. Okay, so let me bring the context. Yeah, let me bring the context. So in the brainstorming that we share in the Telegram group, we choose the subject matter in mechanical engineering for I think is second year of the job.
Yes. I
Student.
think first year, end of first year.
End of first year student. We have a subject called a static. Yeah, in mechanical engineering, we have the subject called static. So static, if in high school, we can relate it to force. Newton's law. First Newton's law is about sigma F equal to 0 or something like that. So that subject is related to mechanical engineering and how we build, let's say we build a bridge, and then how we can ensure that bridge is stable, yeah, by considering all the force acting on the bridge. Now this is the examples of can you see the slide?
Not yet. I think it's not changing. Still, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I
yeah, the
can see
slide.
it. Right.
Yeah. So this is the slide that our lecturer used to explain to the student, yeah, or share to the student. Yeah. If you look at the slide, is is full of text. Yeah, you cannot see any even any image on the first 10 slides. Yeah, and maybe you can see that small image, but mostly text. Yeah. So imagine now you share this with the students, and then the way you explain in the class is also most of the time is just reading the slide. Reading the slide, and we expect the students to understand the concept easily. So this is where the subject of static is one of the killer subject in mechanical engineering. Yeah, I must say this one is one of the killer subject. Students mostly they fail for static. Yeah. Because this is the kind of content uh, that we have at the moment. So, however, we can what we want to do is, let's say, we want to explain to everybody that, okay, let's go back to the brainstorming. Let's go back to the brainstorming. Where is the slide? Okay. So can you see the the view?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is our brainstorming, for one that I share in the Telegram. So we got to tackle equilibrium, because according to our analysis, most of the students difficult to understand the concept of equilibrium, because they do not understand the concept of equilibrium. Then the rest of the, because equilibrium is in static is chapter 3. Static, the total chapter is in the book. So I think is around 8 chapter, something like that. But equilibrium is the most basic concept that has to be mastered by the student. If they don't understand equilibrium, then the rest of the problem is difficult to be uh, to be comprehended by the students. So according to our analysis, we discussed together what happened, and then we have to tackle this concept equilibrium. By if students can understand this concept of equilibrium, then the rest of the concept of the static is much more easier to be understood. Yeah. So we divided into 1H and 5W. Yeah. How, who, what, where, when. Yeah. So what is the problem student needs to in here? We say that student need to understand this topic, or they will be lost for the next coming topics. Yeah? So this is for what? For the questions of what? Yeah. Students should be able to draw free body diagram to simplify complex problem to be able to solve the problem. So also the problem is how to draw the free body diagram. So this is where the student is a bit confusing on how to determine the direction of the force, and what are the forces that acting on an object. Okay, so why? So why we our analysis is that current practice is using slides, or conventional whiteboard, and it's hard for students to visualize without animation and structured annotation. So this is where the problem lies, where the students mostly fail in static. So this kind of killer topic requires clear understand, to move forward for in the static course. So I think that today we have static 1 and static 2. Is it? Do we have static too?
I think the next one is dynamics, but you have to understand
One is,
static also. Yeah.
the one is dynamic. Oh, we have solid mechanic one and solid mechanic two, not static. Okay. All right. So then, final question is how. So in the brainstorming, we said that animation that shows how to simplify complex everyday problem into simple free body diagram. So this one we're going to share in the second session. But for now, uh, 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 let's start with your brainstorming first, and then let's see whether we can address the problem correctly, and then the reasons for us to for any participant to share is like so anyone can learn can learn and how to brainstorm the problem. Okay, ready? So let's see. Um, how do you sharing? Okay. Anyone who want to participate to share, please? Does anyone want to participate to share? Or can I call randomly your name? Dr. Munir. Dr. Munir, can you share a bit the brainstorming? Have you did your brainstorming, Dr. Munir? Hello, Afika. You want to share the brainstorming?
Boleh. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
but
let's share the screen. Yeah.
share the screen. Share screen.
Can you make Afika as a presenter?
Yeah, I think everyone can share. I think we said that as like that. I think Fika, maybe you can go find the share content button. You can go to share on top of your WebEx and then go to share content.
All right.
All right. Yep, you got it.
Yeah. Okay.
So um, the topic I've chosen is the biodiesel metal corrosion. Um, okay, sorry. So this is the new topic. Learners need to understand why is for this topic. They need to understand the basic interaction between biodiesel and materials. But because the current content is not interesting, it causes loss of interest and it is not impactful. Therefore, students find it hard to understand. And then, so to improve, I think it's quite similar. Can improve by bringing in real life example. Maybe in the interactive material, I can also include real life examples after explaining the interaction or the mechanism. And then to when to tackle the problem is when introducing the topics to students. I don't know whether this is correct. This is just my brainstorm. And then, why is this important? Why is it a problem? So we need to understand the interaction so that fuel infrastructure is properly maintained and designed. And then how? By using animations to show the interactions and then include real life examples in the content for higher impact. So what do you think about this? Can you see my notes? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fika, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think the problem is that okay, the fuel structure. Okay?
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Okay, thank you, Afika.
Alright, thank you.
Hear from teacher Inshira. Ready to share? Teacher Inshira or teacher Khairul, Aizuddin.
I think for a start, let participants they don't have to share slides. Probably they just share, talk about it or share their thoughts on the subject that they might face problem.
Yeah. Can yeah. Okay. Also can,
So
yes. If you don't
yes,
have
don't have.
any brainstorming that you sketch or whatever, so then you can talk and share what is the problem with the topics and how to improve and so on. Please, before we going to the next.
You might the participant might not know the solution yet. Probably you say, okay, I'm teaching physics and I'm teaching physics on certain topic and I find that students have problems in understanding. So probably the rest of the participant can give ideas as well. You don't necessarily have come up with solution or things like that yet. So for a start, probably just share what are the pain points when you are teaching your subject in school. Start with the pain point in the subject that you teach. Why there are so many students still you have to teach many times before they understand the concept. So probably bring it up so that we can discuss together.
Okay.
To bring out how you're going to design a good learning to solve that problem of yours.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Cikgu Muhammad Rizal, can you share with us a bit? So we're going to make this session a bit more interactive, yeah. So don't be shy and don't be. There's no wrong. There is no right. So just share, and then it's just brainstorming. So not necessarily you
Boleh
have to come up with the solutions.
bahasa Melayu pun ya, kalau rasa lebih mudah nak explain, gunakan bahasa Melayu supaya mudah nak explain. Kata Cikgu Muhammad Rizal just now ya. Rasa nak cerita masalah, just cerita je. This is today is about sharing ya.
Yeah. Cikgu boleh? Cikgu Rizal.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Saya Cikgu Rizal. Untuk subjek fizik ni biasanya bahagian forces in equilibrium lah yang mungkin ada masalah, iaitu melibatkan pengiraan. The students cannot relate with the vector concept of calculations with the physics. Dia rasa macam kiraan tu dah untuk fizik lain, untuk admat lain. Sebenarnya dia adalah sama saja kiraan dia tu. So itulah
Okay.
masalah saya.
Cikgu Rizal, are they confused because of the definition of scalar and vector, or is that the problem, you think?
Yes. The vectors in physics actually it is about the how the force can be balanced, how the force can be balanced from the three forces with the appropriate angle. But the in physics, actually the calculation is simple.
Yeah.
But in the admat, the calculation is quite heavier. I mean, the calculation is very tough. So when the students see the vector, the words vector, dia boleh jadi macam apa ni, dah pening kepala dah. Padahal untuk physics, vector tu simple saja, dia just lukis apa ni, diagram. On the diagram, we just get the scalar from the diagram, and then boleh solve the questions.
Okay.
I think the problem is more or less the same in the university. Still with vectors and then equilibrium, force equilibrium, and so on. So they already start confused in the high school. So when they enter university, the same we give them the same problem, so still get confused. Okay. All right. Thank you. Cikgu Rizal. Thank you for the sharing. Okay, let's hear from lecturer university, Dr. Munir.
Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay, saya teach subject diagnostic maintenance and troubleshooting. Basically, the problem is same like we already share. This subject actually require all basic fundamental knowledge of mechanical engineering to perform troubleshooting, and also how to understand signal from electronic devices, how to understand vibration signal, how to understand heat signal, how to understand sound signal, something like that. So mostly, and also the subject need current case. What happened to machinery problems? So basically, the students need to read a lot, which is big problem now. Students don't want to read a lot. They just want to, okay, this is the information. We don't want. We are busy or we are tired to read a lot. So that's a problem. Asking student to gain knowledge, more knowledge, new knowledge about diagnostic and how to troubleshoot machinery problem. Okay, that's all.
Okay, so this subject of troubleshooting is more like a diagnostic, right?
Combine diagnostic and troubleshoot.
Yeah, diagnostic and troubleshoot. Yeah, diagnostic is how to understand the signal.
Yes, how to understand vibration signal, heat signal, sound signal.
Yeah. In order for them to understand the signal, they have to understand the basic of the signal, which is the mathematics as well.
Yes, that's the big problem.
Yeah.
Usually, they already learned it in the previous semester, but after they pass the subject, they forgot it all.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this one is it's very interesting to to tackle. So how the interactive animation can help the students to visualize. Sometimes the student is difficult to relate what they get and what happen in practice.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah. So why do I have to learn the signals in the before they take this subject, they have to learn the signal, and then when they learn the signal, they don't see why they have to learn the signal.
Even they don't see why they have to learn static free body diagram.
Yeah, also free body diagram again the problem. So I think the the root cause of the problem is free body diagram.
Free body
Yeah,
diagrams.
why they have to learn about strength of materials.
All right. Okay, thank you, Dr. Munir.
Right.
Because we don't have enough contextualization in our subject.
Yeah, contextual is very important. Yes. Yeah.
So usually we just teach without telling the students why this is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Fika. Cikgu. Let's see from Indonesia. Can I hear from Edward? Edward Sony, Mr. Edward Sony Tagar.
How to share, yeah? I don't know how to share this one. The ones that I
Share?
just no problem, sir. I did my homework.
Are you from Philippines or Indonesia?
I am from Philippines and
Oh, okay.
currently teaching in Indonesia.
Oh, okay. Cool.
How to share my content? Yeah, wait. I actually did a simple note in my iPad because that's the
Uh,
only app that I have,
are
gadget that
you
I have there.
are you using iPad,
I
Edward?
am using my laptop, sir.
Using laptop. I think you can see the button, the seven button. Can you see the seven button? Ah, yeah, yeah.
You got it.
Share
Yeah.
the content now.
This one. Can you see this one
Ah,
here?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So right now I am teaching maths and physics in my current school, and somehow just managed to just do one problem regarding the topics that I have been teaching. So right now I'm teaching extended mathematics and AdMath also, which is aligned to Cambridge syllabus, IGCSE. So just right now, when students actually tackle this topic, the circle properties, usually they don't know anything about it because the book will or their textbook will go directly to applications. Now, knowing the basic angle and symmetric properties of a circle, that's the only way for them to understand or solve word problems or from the past papers. So that's why I wrote here who are affected GCSE math students. Sometimes there were concepts here as well that are applicable to maths. And then the problem is that, of course, students understand better when they visualize the properties that I want to point out here. So, and then when usually before they do past papers, where can I possibly improve? Perhaps if I will be able to animate the videos, do an animation or create a video content on the symmetric and angle properties. They will understand better instead of just discussing about it. And
Yeah.
of course, a lot of students are visual learners. So especially for this time, like the other professors or teachers are have said. They are lazy to understand a particular topic unless you find a way to make them engage and make them to catch their attention and
Mm.
to elicit interest from on their end. Also, yeah, those are the problem I see. And yeah, how I guess it's the same with the what you how and the what. As per normal, when you teach maths, the classical way of teaching is usually you give a problem and then after discussing it, you give a parallel sum to them and they do it themselves. So of course, um, adding ICT on your methods of teaching or in your in your methods of teaching, then that somehow will add more uh, content or ways for students to improve their learning and somehow you're teaching as a teacher. Why is it a problem? As I have said a while ago, students understand better if they also see what or visualize what you are discussing about. Yeah, I guess that's for me, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Edward. Have you done any creating animations before?
Uh, my experience only using iMovie is using the trailer part because usually when I have been asked to host a maths competition in Indonesia, to advertise a particular event, it's easier for me to use the trailers because it's already ready. But
Oh.
yeah, and then take some pictures, randomly take videos during the event, and then crop particular parts of the video that I have taken, and then yeah, and then produce it as one or below 2 minutes vid to advertise the competition and also but I never experienced using a Mac or using my iPad for the iMovie itself,
Mhm.
the other one.
Yeah.
So it's only the trailer, sir. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I wanted to learn more in
Yeah.
this workshop.
Okay. So it's going to be interesting because that SQL properties actually is very easy to visualize, and using keynotes with all animations you have in keynotes, I think it will be much more easier for students to understand if you animate that one. So we will show you how.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Very good, Edward.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sharing. I'll stop sharing.
Okay. Let's hear from Tess. Mr. Tess, also from Indonesia. Tess here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
How's my audio? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you. You want to share
Okay,
something,
okay,
or you
thank
want
you.
just to?
Yes, I want to share something.
Yeah. Just go to share content, and then you can share.
Is it already showing? Not yet. Hello,
Yeah.
good afternoon.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
uh, can you see my screen right now?
Yeah. Yeah. Energy conservation, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's the one. Correct. Thank you very much. So I'm also teaching here in Indonesia, in Jakarta. So I'm teaching A-level physics, and I just because this is actually I'm not an Apple user, honestly. I never really use Apple product. This is the only time that this is the first time that I've been using my iPad.
Mm.
So that's why I joined this webinar so that I can increase my knowledge on using Apple product. I'm more familiar with Windows based and Android based uh, applications, but Apple I have no experience. I like 20% probably, and that's why I really want to join this because one problem that I have with Apple product is that they are so exclusive. They cannot be connected with other gadgets. They are so exclusive with their own Apple products. That's the reason why. So for me, I really want to learn about this energy conservation. So what is the problem? Again, we always go back to the statics, the equilibrium, the free body diagram, like you mentioned a while ago, sir. This one. Then the second one, um, where can we improve? Where can we improve this one? So I think, like what you mentioned, students now, because probably there are mostly millennial students, they are more on visuals, gadgets, rather than hearing and just like watching. They just want to tinkle to touch everything. So
Mm.
probably I want to learn how to use iPad or MacBook now on how to again the problem is really interactive interactive learning for the students. So how can we use uh, our iPad in order for the free body diagram in identifying forces to become more interactive with our students? And when do we need to revise this about energy conservation, about the forces? Because when we start with energy conservation, we always start with work energy. So when we
Yeah.
start with work, we always start with forces. And if they don't know the forces, they can identify the forces, they cannot draw the forces, they cannot calculate the prompt, they cannot account for all the forces that are involved in the problem. So again, it all boils down again to the dynamics, the identifying of the forces. Why is it a problem in energy conservation? Why are forces a problem in energy conservation? The problem is actually what I saw from my students is they have problems setting up the energy conservation equation, wherein they were given the forces, they don't know if this force can reduce the total mechanical energy or is this force can add to the total mechanical energy. So they have problem like putting where this work will be placed. Will it add to the mechanical energy? Will it reduce the mechanical energy? So that's their problem. And I think how to help the student again, we have to adapt to the new generations, being how to engage the student, how to make use of their attitudes towards the gadgets, how to how to use that advantage. Wherein our students right now are more into gadgets. How can we use that kind of thinking in our students so that we can maximize the use of the gadgets, not only for playing Mobile Legend, but also in teaching them like the concept of physics. So so this is the reason why I wanted to join this one. I want to increase my knowledge in order to maximize the power of the iPad and the MacBook. That's one, sir. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Tess. So you have both iPad and Mac, yeah?
Yeah, I have, sir, both of them.
Okay,
That
good,
one.
good. Yeah.
Uh, I
All right.
don't know how to end the sharing.
Uh, yeah, just press
Ano,
the
stop
yeah,
sharing. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
very much, sir.
Thank you. All right. So Let's hear one more from Cikgu Insyirah. Cikgu Insyirah, can you share something, or you wanna share something? Your thought?
Hello.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
So I'm teaching Form 1 to Form 3 students in high school. So biasanya problem yang topik yang paling susah nak ajar student, nak bagi student faham, topik periodic table of element dengan material activity Form 1 and Form 3.
Chemistry lah.
Chemistry topik. Sebab student biasanya dia tak boleh nak bezakan which is element, which is compound. So bila itu adalah basic. So bila yang basic tu dia tak boleh nak relate, so dia akan ada masalah dengan material activity lah. So dia memang tak boleh nak relate kenapa dorang kena belajar that topic. Itu masalah utama. So lagi susah lah dorang nak faham.
So
soalannya banyak lebih kurang je lah sebab student usually cannot relate why they need to learn those topic.
So student nowadays is a bit a visual student.
Especially when kita tak ada bahan yang nak tunjuk dekat student. Macam mana nak bezakan antara, sebab rasanya kalau nak tengok tu kena tengok under mikroskop dan benda tu tak boleh nak tengok sebab kita tak ada mikroskop yang power. Jadi kita tak nampak benda tu. Jadi susah sikit lah.
According to cikgu, kalau kita animate tu dia student boleh lebih faham atau macam mana?
Saya rasa sangat membantu. Sangat membantu. Tapi kalau nak kata student faham tu, itu depend on student lah. What kind of learner they are.
At least dia boleh ada ini kan? Dia boleh ada
dia boleh improve understanding orang. Better daripada the way yang biasalah.
Okay. Thank you, cikgu. So one more. One more. Siapa yang nak share? Cikgu mana ni? Ada cikgu yang nak share? Anyone want to volunteer before we continue? Just one more. Nur. Cikgu Nur Kualbiah. Nur Kualbiah. Boleh Cikgu Nur? Cikgu Nurul Efah. Cikgu Nurul Efah boleh share? Okay. Okay.
Cikgu
Nur.
Kualbiah. Let me unmute that. I think.
Alright. Macam mana nak share? Boleh dengar ke? Saya ada dekat iPad actually. So, saya pakai iPhone. Saya dah buat notes.
Yes, share. Yes.
Alright. Saya dah buat notes. Topics about heat capacity. Saya ajar physics secondary school form 5, form 4. Problems lebih kepada solving problems involving heat capacity problem lah. Maksudnya student bila dia ada problem dengan soalan berkaitan muatan haba macam tu, so dia tak faham dan tak tahu nak buat apa. So saya rasa kita ada beberapa soalan untuk real life example and we can annotate apa yang boleh untuk MC theta equals to MGH ke, and then MC theta equals to whatever problems yang arise. Tajuk heat capacity pelajar boleh faham, tapi bila when it comes to questions dia ada problems macam tak faham, blur lah sikit macam tu lah. Itu je saya rasa. Saya ada tu lah, tak reti nak share tu apa notes tu.
Okay. Tak apa.
Alright. Nanti saya share dekat Telegram lah.
Yes, maybe we can share in Telegram, yeah.
Alright. Can. Yeah. Sebab Telegram open untuk iPad. So actually looking forward banyak apalah looking forward untuk banyak in knowledge here. Alright, so saya share dekat Telegram lah saya punya notes tu. Tapi dia tak adalah cantik sangat. Alright, itu yang saya sediakan lah. Tapi gambaran awal saja. Saya tak berapa. Okay, itu sajalah. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih cikgu.
Okay, lama.
I think personally also for me heat capacity is I mean all mechanical student has to learn thermodynamics in university, and I think even myself heat capacity is not easy to understand. I think because I'm not teaching that anymore, so I can say that my understanding is not that good. So I think this is something that yeah, really a problem, I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me show you this is a mathematics books. My son. So this morning I asked him to continue study about time and about time. So this is the kind of book we have. So many texts, and then the very crowded. Very crowded. Even my son said because he when I asked him to read and then he suddenly stopped. It's like I feel a bit boring. And then why I said because he said he has a headache because the book is too packed. It's too packed, so he feels that he doesn't know where to begin, and then can he finish all the books, and because the books is so crowded and full of text and something like that. Okay, so let me show you the same thing with because I try to find my son's book about Pythagoras. Yeah. So this one is when I saw my, I think this one is Pythagoras is in what year? I think it's a form 1, if I'm mistaken. I think it's form 1. Yeah. When I saw my son's book form 1 about Pythagoras, the philosophy of Pythagoras. So where Pythagoras comes with the idea of the formula. So it's just text explaining, and then falls of mathematics, and even and it's difficult. I think it's difficult for students to understand. Yeah. Maybe diligent students will try to stay longer and then try to understand. But we talk about average students, they feel a bit boring. So I create an animations using keynotes. So let me show you here. But this one is in Indonesia. So this one in Indonesia. For those from Philippines, I think you can see the flow, but maybe the language you can understand a bit. So can you see this one now? Dr. Ju?
Uh, right now we are seeing your, now we can see. Yeah.
Okay. So allow for delay for around 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Okay. So let's see this one.
Di sepanjang sejarah peradaban maju dunia, geometri bangunan-bangunan megahnya tidak pernah lepas dari geometri sebuah segitiga.
Can you hear the voice,
mengambil peran
the sound?
penting di samping memberi keindahan arsitektur. Komponen segitiga juga bertindak sebagai elemen yang mengokohkan sebuah bangunan. Pada abad ke-6 sebelum Masehi, seorang filsuf Yunani bernama Pythagoras mengeluarkan sebuah teorema yang berbunyi, jika sebuah segitiga yang mempunyai dua sisi yang tegak lurus, maka kuadrat hipotenusa atau garis miringnya adalah sama dengan jumlah kuadrat dari masing-masing sisi tegak lurusnya. Teorema ini kemudian dikenal dengan nama Teorema Pythagoras. Teorema ini mempunyai implikasi bahwa total luas persegi pada sisi tegak lurus sebuah segitiga adalah sama dengan total luas persegi pada hipotenusanya. Lalu bagaimanakah Pythagoras membuktikan sendiri teoremanya? Dia memberi ilustrasi sebuah segitiga dengan panjang sisi A, B, dan C. Tambahkan lagi 3 segitiga yang identik, dan keempat segitiga disusun menjadi sebuah persegi sama sisi. Dapat dilihat bahwa luas persegi bagian dalam adalah C kuadrat. Dengan total luas persegi terluar, keempat segitiga sebelumnya dapat juga diatur sedemikian rupa sehingga menghasilkan dua persegi dengan luas A kuadrat dan B kuadrat. Karena total luas keempat segitiga adalah sama atau tidak berubah, maka total luas kedua persegi A kuadrat tambah B kuadrat haruslah sama dengan total luas persegi C kuadrat. Teorema Pythagoras terbukti.
Okay, so that animation is just using Keynote, using Keynote in iPads. So we can see that the philosophy of Pythagoras, where the formula is coming from, can be easily visualized by the students. Okay. All right. So let's move to. So now, Dr. Juf, Dr. Nizam, and Dr. Zakia will show you the steps very quick, because the most important is we can share the link for you so you can learn yourself, and then try just start to develop your animations. So from now on, Dr. Juf, Dr. Nizam, and Dr. Zakia will show you how to create animations of Newton's second law. Just a very quick, so that at least you have the clue of what you are going to do, for the next 3 days. Okay. Dr. Juf?
Dr. Nizam will handle the first part, and I will continue after that.
Yeah, Dr. Nizam will.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
All right. So today I'm just want to show you how to some sort of animation using a keynote. Okay, so I'll take the screen first. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So today I'm just want to show you a little bit how we can make an animation using a keynote. Because for more detail, we will give you a link to our online classes that we already done during the COVID-19 or the new norms. Okay, so the first thing is that we just can open our keynote. Probably what I'm showing is a little bit fast because we want to catch some time with our workshop. Okay, so just open a new keynote. And then the first thing that I want to show you, oops, sorry, this is the done one. Okay. So usually we just started our keynote with a blank or just a normal one. So I hope you already know about this thing about the double tap on it. So basically when you have this thing in the keynote, when we click on any object on top of our keynote, we have this kind of option like cut, copy, delete, comment, link, and animate. But if we double tap it, then we can write something on it. Okay. So for now, I'm just delete everything here. So I just one click here, delete, and one click here, delete. Okay. So the basic thing inside the keynote, we have two things here. We have a plus symbol here, and then the brush symbol. So anything if we want to add inside our keynote, we just click plus, and then if we want to edit something here, we click the brush button. So now let's say we want to show about the Isaac Newton Newton's second law. So first thing first, like Dr. Azma already show you about the Pythagoras. So where the Pythagoras come, or what exactly the Pythagoras, who exactly the Pythagoras. So here I will show you how we can put the Isaac Newton inside the keynote. Okay. So first thing is we click the plus button here. And since I already have the Isaac Newton photo, I just put it inside here. Or you can find it on, I didn't see it. Okay, so I cannot find my, so basically we can just open our Safari and then search for the Isaac Newton, this one. Okay, so basically we want to put this Isaac Newton picture in our keynote. So I just click here and then add to photos. Okay, so inside the keynote here, so when I click open and then I add the photo here, and recently, oops, I still cannot see the,
Just drag and drop, drag and drop.
Drag and drop, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So how we can do this? This is also for the, so I just double click here and then drop it here. So this is the, oops, sorry. Okay, hopefully we'll put that. Okay. So drag and drop here is done with when, okay, I'll show you again how I can do the drop, drag and drop. Okay, let's say you already open the Safari, okay, and then you use your finger, or you can see my like a pointer here. You just drag slowly from downward to upward, like this one, and then you can see the keynote here, and then drag a bit upside. Okay, drag slowly upward. I cannot open it. Okay, and then just put it on the side. So this is like a dual screen inside the iPad. This function is only exists for after iOS 13 and later only. Okay, so after you have this dual screen, and then you just click the picture that you want, and then drag it here and then drop it. That's it. Okay, so right now I have two. So if I want to delete it, I just one click here and then delete. Okay, so how we can draw this picture is like when we are kids. Before this, when we want to draw our superhero or something on the paper, we just put the picture of our superhero on top, below on the white paper, right? So like say we just tracing it. Okay, so to do this inside Keynote, we can, okay, I just open it about bit. Okay, so right now when we click here, you can see that there is a button on top of this. Okay, sorry, I select this thing and then there is on top of button here, but right now I just want to click this. So basically I want to edit the pictures. So here we have some of the function like style, image, arrange. But right now when I want to draw something on top of it, so the picture itself is too dark. So basically if I am using my Apple Pencil and I want to draw on top of it, you cannot see my line clearly because it's really too dark, the picture. So this one I just undo and done. Okay, so we want to make the picture a little bit transparent. So we just select the picture first and then click the edit button here, the brush. Yeah, click the brush and then go to the style and then make less opacity, the percentage of the opacity. Okay, so like 30% or 50%. And now you can see that the picture is a little bit whiten. And then if I want to draw his face using my, I'm drawing this using my Apple Pencil. So just start drawing like this. Okay. And then the hair. Sorry, I'm not a Picasso, so my drawing is not really good. Like this hair, something like that. Okay. And then his eyes. And then the nose. And then the mouth and everything. Okay. I'm drawing it a little bit too fast, so it's not really good actually. But if you have more time, you can draw yourself or any of the history figure in your learning. Okay, something like this. And then I can give the color here. So I'm clicking the color and then change like the hair is a little bit yellow, green. So I just put it here. Okay, something like that. And then the color itself, I'm not really good at the painting, so please bear with me what exactly happened here. Okay, and then a little bit color with the close, and then the here, and then maybe the what you call it, the hair, I will put it a little bit darker here. Okay. So it depends how you want to draw it. Okay, as long as it can be presented. And then lastly about the clothes. So you wear the dark clothing, so I will just draw that clothes here. Okay. Okay, so this is my Isaac Newton. Okay, so after you have done this, you just click done. Okay, done. And then if you see here, we have the draw of the Isaac Newton on top of it. Okay, so the picture beside it, we can just click delete. So we just want these pictures. So what exactly I want to show you is that the first impression when student want to see your content, we want to show something that really can interact with them, okay, or attract them. So like this picture, after we have done this, if this just a static picture might be not really attractive, so we can add some sort of animation to this picture. Okay, when you click once time here, and then you see we have the button of the, or we have the option of animate. Okay, we click the animate here. Okay, and then click the add built-in. Okay, add built-in. So that means add built-in means before the animation there is nothing there, and then after animation it will pop up there. So add built-in. So this is something also specialized inside the Keynote or inside the Apple devices. When we draw something, we can have the line draw animation here. Okay, when you click the line draw here, and then you can see that it just not pop up the picture, it just try to animate back what you are drawing. So from here, student already probably interact or attract with the content. one thing, and then I just click done. So this is one of the thing, and then we can add some of the name like plus again. And then if you see we have a lot of button here, we can just click the object here, the third one, okay, and then click the text here. Okay. So right now I just write his name, Isaac Newton, just a simple one, okay. And then when we want to edit the text, we click one, and then we click the brushes, edit. So we can make the text size a little bit bigger. Okay, this is one, and then drag it here. So this is Isaac Newton. And then probably we want to add another, like say from the year of his born, I think is 1643 till 1727, I think. Yep. So we can edit again, make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Inside here also you can change the font types and everything if you want to change it to others. Okay, like this example, and then put it here. And then this is the asset Newton. And then another thing is what exactly the content we want to show. So basically this is the most important thing. Okay, it's like a title, what we want to show here. So today the example could is Newton's second law. Okay, so I make it a little bit much more bigger. Okay. Okay. So after we have done this, if we click the play button again, right now we just have one animation only. When I click, it's just that the Isaac Newton pop up like this. But we can also give the animation to the text too. So again, when we click the Isaac Newton, okay, we click the animate button, and then we click the add built-in. Okay, I will explain more detail later about the add built-in, add action, and add built-out. But right now we just use the add built-in. Okay, and then we can have a lot type of animation that we can use for built-in. Probably I will use the typewriter somewhere. Okay. I just take probably I just take a trace. Okay, so it will show like this. Okay, this is for the Isaac Newton name, and then the year I will add probably dissolve. Okay, so we have here, and then another thing is for the title itself, probably I just take what. So all of this animation, let's say if I click the Isaac Newton, you have see down here the built-in is the trace. For the dissolve, for the year is the dissolve animation, and for the last one is the web animation. Let's say the web here, we can click also here, and we can change. Either we want to go from the left or right. So basically, all of this animation can be played or we can be setting individually how you want to show it. Okay, and then when we have some sort of this animation, and then here we have a three line here. So basically, this is where we want to sort which animation will start first and which animation will start later. Okay. So when I click here, so this is the first one, the drawing, and then the name on, and then the dissolve, and then the year, and then also the title. So if you want to make it with one finger click only to play it automatically, so let's say the Isaac Newton, I can change it down here, not on tab, but probably after bit one. So that means after the drawing come out first, and then the Isaac Newton will pop up, and then these two probably after bit two, and then also this thing after bit two, probably a little bit second. Okay, and then when I click here, so you can see that this is the starting of your content. Okay. And then the Isaac Newton, the year, and also the Newton second law. It's a little bit delay because I put the 1 second for example, but I can change it to make it no delay. Okay, done. So basically, this is the introduction of what you want to show inside your content. Okay, and then the next one, this is just for the introduction, and then the next one, if you see here, we have a one slide, and then if you want to add another one, we just click the add button here. Okay, the add button, and then usually we just select the blank one. Okay, click the blank. Okay, this is where we want to show the subject, the contact of the subject. Okay, so right now when we want to show the Newton second law, what we think about is because the Newton second law is a constant force that act on a massive weight atau on a massive body that cause to accelerate. So basically what we know is that F equal ME. Okay, so how we want to show to student is F equal to ME. Okay, so right now if you want to show it, if you want to visualize it, how it be, so basically we just show something that can be pushed. So basically we give the force and then that thing is moved. Okay, so again I click the add button here and then I click the box here. So what I'm trying to show is now this is basically like a surface, like some sort of surface. Okay, and I change the color here, probably like a floor here, and then now I want to show the some sort of like a box that being pushed. Okay, so this one, the box. Mm-hmm. Okay. Since the view in 2D, I think we'll just use a normal box. Okay, so this one. Okay, like say this is the box. Okay, or the mass or the object that we want to push. Okay, I just change a bit the color to make it probably in the green box here. Okay, and then when we have the box or when we have an object, so it should be have some sort of mass. So this is also something that I put it here. So mass like m only, small m. Make it a little bit bigger. Maybe I stick at the 16 size. Oops. Okay. So right now we have a box with a M for the weights, and then we want to show the pushing forces. Okay, so basically we just click add again, and then we add. Okay, if you because the inside here there is a lot of things that if you want to exploit, you can find it. But if you doesn't have time to explore anything, you can use the search function, and then I just click or search the arrow. Okay, so from here I just click the normal arrow here and then put it outside. Okay, this is the example. Maybe I just change a bit size. Okay. Okay. So basically this is the arrow and then I just copy this. And this arrow have the F force. Okay. So just put it here. Okay. So basically this is the normal thing. So we just give the force or the force F on the object with a weight of M. Okay. And then we need to remember that when we have the surface or there is a resistance, so we need to have another forces here that react on opposite of it. So I just click another arrow here, maybe a little bit small one here that react something like this. Okay. I'm gonna change. I will put the denote. Okay, the first arrow is the forces that we want to give it, and then another forces we just put as a small f. So basically, this is the forces that like resistance forces there. Okay. So how we want to visualize it rather than giving a text and everything, we just visualize like this and then give some sort of the animation. Okay. So again, when we want to give the animation, we just click this. Before that, we want to think how we want to visualize it. So if you want to visualize all of these things to be moved all together, we just group it. Okay. So I'm just select this, select everything that we want to move together, and then click group. So we just have one object only. Okay. And then after that, we just click here and then click animate. Okay. So right now, before this, I already show about the app in. Okay. So app in, that means the animation that before this you doesn't have it. After the animation, it will go here. It will pop up inside it. And now, if we want to make animation that move from this side to show how the force react on the object, so we give the action here. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Nizam, maybe you can wrap up a bit in 2-3 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So right now there is a lot of animation here. So if you want to just use normal moving, we just click create path. That means this box will be moved from here to here. Okay. So it will move like that. Okay. And then click done. And then you can again see it from here, from there to there. Okay. So this is the basic how you want to show to the student and then what exactly happened. Okay. So let's say if this is the movement, but what exactly we want to talk about it with the student, maybe we can add the you call it the formula of it. Okay. So let's say I'm just again this is done, and then I just put or add the text again. Okay. So I'm just typing here. This is the Newton second law, and then maybe you can add the formula using the handwriting. So I'm using my Apple Pencil again. Okay, I'm just writing the forces, which is the sum of the forces equal to mass times d squared x 40 over dt squared. Okay, something like this, and then click done. So from here we can rearrange back all the animation. Okay. So when I'm clicking here, I'm adding back again the animation, add in the line draw, okay. And then for the name here, add in the probably again I'm using the trace, okay. And then when we have done that, and then we just sort it out which come first, okay. So basically for this slide, we need the Newton second law to be the first one to come out, and then the motion of this probably after the build one, and then this is the line draw, or after the new motion the line draw first, after that then the movement. Okay, so we can click it, so it will be something like this. Okay.
All right.
All right, so this is the basic how you can do the animation using the Keynote. If you really want to have a really good one, so we can be more creative with all the animation and everything. Okay, so I think I will pass this to Jufrizal.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Nizam. So don't worry. I think maybe we are going a bit fast because the idea is want to give you the gist or some idea how we can do this kind of animation. But no worries, this session is also being recorded, so we can always look back at this session later on. And also, like has been mentioned by Dr. Azma at the very beginning, so there have been almost I think 18 webinar that we conduct during the first part of this course. So we can also we will share the link. It is all been recorded, so you can go on with your own pace, and we can discuss things if you have difficulties, technical difficulties in our Telegram group. Okay, so I will continue what Dr. Nizam has been shared. Okay, so let me just take the screen from him. Thank you, Dr. Nizam.
Okay.
So, all right.
Okay. You got it, Juf?
Let me check. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see my screen right now? Chat. Let me try again. Okay. Sharing content. A server. Okay. You see my screen right now? Dr. Nizam, can you tell me if you can see my screen right now?
Yeah, I can see the green one. Only the green square, the green box.
Green box. Okay, that's not what I intend to do. Okay. All right. So basically, what I want to do, I want to convert or the one that we have, the files that we have in Keynotes. I want to do some editing in iMovie. So 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 the next step right now is that I want to show that how the Keynote can be converted into a short movie, and then we can do some editing. All right, we can put we want to put actually some voice. We want to do some voiceover. We want so we want to maybe do some editing. All right, so let's see whether that's possible or not. All right, so I think now we can see my, isn't it? Can you see my screen right now?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, not yet. All right. Click share content. All right. I think now you can see my screen.
Yes.
All
Now you
right.
can see it.
Okay. So let's say you have something like this. Okay. So this is the basic idea. I'm gonna go quite quick. So we want to export what we have in Keynote to iMovie. So because why? Like I said just now, we want to do some audio editing in which we can do some voiceover. So we can put our voice into the animation, and then we can also put some background music if we want to. And then we want to do some video editing in which we can split the movie, and then we can speed it up or slow it down or do some trimming. All right, so let's say I have the same have just now. Okay, but I think I share this image in our Telegram group. So basically, again, this is done by tracing. All right, and then the idea why we put Newton at the very beginning, we just want to start with some introduction. So maybe we start with Newton's a bit, and then this is what maybe this a bit different version that what Dr. Nizam have shared, but basically the same thing. Right here, you can see it's been animated and so on, right? So let's say you have this thing right now. So what you can do is that right now you want to export this into iMovie. So the first step to do is that you have to click on the this three dot button on the top right. All right. So you click that, you can go to export, and then you can go to movie. All right. So let's say I want to just export only the first slide. So let's keep the resolution as that, and then you can change the slide range to accordingly. Let's say 1:1 because I just want to convert just the first slide. Okay, you can also convert 2 slides or whatever it is, but you will see later on. This is I think the good advice is to start with small, 1 slide first maybe. All right, then you come back, then you just go to export. All right. So now Keynote is converting my slides or my presentation into video. Then you need to save video, right? Go to save video. And as you might already guess, the video will be placed inside our photos. All right. So everything will be saved in our photos. So what you can do next, you can go and find iMovie. All right. So you can open iMovie and then you can see something like that. Again, I think we've been preaching to you that the plus button is really important. I think it's quite intuitive. So to begin a new project or a new set of movie that you can start editing, you can begin with a plus button. All right, so start new movie. I think just now one of our participants explained about a trailer and a movie. So basically, trailer is something is like a template, so it's already made. So you just fill in the slots or the storyline. But with movie, we can create everything with our own taste. I would say how we like to do customize the movie ourselves. So we're gonna go with a movie. All right. So start movie. So at the bottom here, you can see create movie. You create movie, okay, and then something like this will be prompt. All right. So I think it's quite intuitive. You can look at the media here if you want on your top left or top right, depending. Okay, this layout can also change a bit. So you can go to video. So I want to add the video that I already convert into movie just now. If you remember the Isaac Newton image. So I'll go to my media and look for video. All right, and then you can go to recently added or all. I think recently added is easier to find. So you can see that's my Isaac Newton movie that I just convert from Keynote to a movie just now. You can click the play button if you want to have a quick look, but I'm pretty sure this is the one. All right, so what I click is that what I need to do right now, click plus button. Again, you can see plus button. It's really important. So you can see now it's been dragged into my editing pane. Okay, so this is what you're gonna see in your, if you, now I'm putting my finger actually to this what you call this this video, and this line, this white line is the time. So whenever it's passing that white line, so that's what you're gonna see actually. All right, so I have this. All right, so I have this image uh, ready to be edited. All right, and you can see this is where you can see the preview. Okay, whenever you move your movie to the left, right now I'm putting my finger and dragging it to the left, so you can see how it's going to be previewed. All right, so what I need to do right now is that I want to do a voiceover. So when if you see on the kind of in the middle left, there is a microphone button. So immediately it comes to you that, okay, this is a voiceover, right? This is when you have a mic, definitely you want to put your voice, right? So what I want to do right now is that I want to put the voiceover, means the narration of this image. So what I did is that usually this is my own practice, my own experience. I usually prepare a script. Okay, when you have a script with you, just write it down, a script, what you want to talk first. I mean, if you are comfortable, you can also speak something from the top of your head. But I think it's better to have a script, so it will minimize the jitters and everything. Everything will be smooth. So I prepared something, a script. So I want to start putting my voice. So what I should do is that I click on the microphone, and then it shows something like this. Okay, when I'm ready to record, okay, you see that this thing is moving, it's detecting my microphone. So I click record. 3, 2, 1. Sir Isaac Newton was an English mathematician who is widely recognized with his Newton's law. Stop. Okay, what you can do right now, what you can do is that you can retake, review, or accept. Usually what I do is accept first, because sometimes you have a nice recording, but then you click retake and then you have to start over again. All right, so just click accept, or you can review to review. Sir Isaac Newton was an English mathematician who is widely recognized. Okay, that's some lag, but I'll accept that. Okay, as for now. So you can see that now you have a voice, and then you can move this voice. You can click, put your finger on top of this voice, and then you can move it over if you want to, let's say, move it around. Let's say you want your voice, you want to have some image start before you can put your voice. All right. So that's a basic idea. Okay. You can play around with this. All right. And also you can do right here. Let's say you put your hand on your finger on your recording, and then you can see that actually the recording is done until here, right? Because there is no more peaks and so on. So it means that this last part is not needed. So you can drag this thing, okay, to play around how much or when you want to start or stop, right? Even same here at the very beginning. Then you can move it around. I hope you got the idea. Okay. I want to show I want to show the flexibility of this thing, and with this flexibility you can arrange where your voice you want to appear. Okay, let's say your what you say is more than the let's say the image, or the image is too long. Okay, maybe you want to control the how much, I mean, when you're done talking, you can change the speed of this image. All right, so I can click there. You can see when it's been clicked, it's been highlighted, means this is the command will works on this highlighted part. So you can change the speed here. Okay, so you if intuitively you can see that you can make it faster or slower by using this turtle and also rabbit. Let's say you want to make it faster. Okay, let's say, and then you can move this in the middle, and then let's preview. Sir Isaac Newton was an English mathematician who is widely recognized. Okay, so I think I accidentally delete the last part. It's not delete, I kind of hide it. See, you can open it back, right? Then you can move it back to the front. All right. So that's maybe a bit about voiceover, really quick. Okay. Uh, let's say you want to say something about the second law, or maybe let's import another video. Okay, let's say I have this one right now, and then I want to import again. I'll do the next step again, movie. Okay, I'll do this quite quick. I hope you can get the idea. All right, again, export. All right, creating the movie, and then save video. All right. Okay, let me have another 5 minutes. Okay, and then I want to wrap this really quick. All right. So now I want to put the next video after this is done, right? So I bring my cursor or this white line to this area, and then again, go to video recently added. Now I can see that, yeah, I have it right here. Click plus, and then now you can see also the video. Okay. Okay, what I want to show is that really quick. Let's say you want to narrate something over here. Okay, just if you can see the preview right now, the white lines that show the distance here in x over t function. Just before that, let's say right here, you can see it start to show, and this is the box start to stop. I want to split this video. Why? Because I want to have a narration on this part. Okay, so what I can do, again, click on that, split here. Okay, if you click split button, immediately iMovie will cut this into two sections. So why is that important? I want to tell you, because now you can do all kind of command or function on this without affecting this part, right? If we have this in one part, whatever command is being applied will be applied for the whole thing, right? So that's why I split it into two, because I want a separate command for this one. Means that I want to give a voiceover right here, and if let's say what I want to say is longer than the video, what I can do is that, I think you have the idea right now, change the speed. Okay, I can make this maybe a bit slower, so it'll become longer, but yeah, the image will move slower. but it'll give you a bit more, a bigger window space to, if you want to explain something longer. All right. So that's what you can do. Okay. That's what, yeah, you can put again, maybe the voiceover right here. Okay. Again, record English mathematician who is widely recognized with his Newton. When a force F is pushing the mass M, okay, let's say something like that. Okay. All right. So you have, I hope you have the idea. All right. To split a bit, to put the voiceover. All right. And then if you want to put let's say a quick background music, you can go to audio right here at the bottom. See media and audio. You can go to soundtrack. Okay, this is a built soundtrack in Keynote that you can, in iMovie that you can use. Okay, let's say this is nice. Okay, plus add, and then don't worry. Okay, the soundtrack will be end when your video is end. Okay, and the way it is ending is also nice. It's not very sudden. It will gradually start to stop. Okay, comes to end. Okay, it's fade away. All right, this is automatically done in iMovie. You don't have to worry. All right, so yeah, I think that's quite quick, but this is some gist of what I want to share in iMovie. So you can add, you can do some editing, and yeah, feel free to explore. And again, we're gonna share the webinar of very in-depth how to use iMovie. Okay, we have everything in YouTube links. Okay, it's been shared. We will share later. So right now, maybe I can give some time to my colleague, Dr. Zakia. Maybe she wants to explain a bit on a green screen, which is another feature inside. Okay, but okay, yes, Dr. Zakia, do you want
I'm
to
ready.
share? Okay, you're ready.
Yes.
All right, maybe yeah, I'll pass over to Dr. Zakia to share a bit on screen. All right, let me
I'll
stop
share my
sharing.
screen.
All right, so all right, yes, we can see the screen. Yep.
Right. So this is much larger, right? Okay. So I just want to show. Okay. A part. Can you hear?
Yes, yes, nicely.
So apart that
Yes.
that we created in Keynote, we can also use video, our own video. For example, okay. So let me play this one first. An empty laundry basket requires higher applied force when it is pushed across a rough surface like the carpet. In practice, we need to exert more force to move the basket. In this case, the total mass of the basket and the ball. Okay. So basically, okay, when we have uh the video, we can add that and edit that in the iMovie and do some green screen on that. Okay, but because our time is up, it's already 10 minutes past 4, so you can see our sharing, okay, in our YouTube channel that we have shared in the Padlet. So there are 20 YouTube sharing session that we already shared in this YouTube, and you can also find all the question from. So I guess but if you want to see just a very quick, right? So you already created like what Dr. Jeff already shared. Okay, how to let me delete this first. Okay, how to add the video, right? So how to put the green screen is that you create a new slide and then change the background. Okay, using, okay, make sure it is green, right? And put that. Okay, so this one is I already make it fast. Okay, so add the text like what Dr. Nizam already shared and animate that,
and then we can convert that into a movie. So we export. This is slide number 6. Okay, then we export. Okay. Save video. So in the iMovie, okay, so on the video that we already recorded, okay, so this is the green screen that we want to overlay on top of our video. So we tap on these 3 buttons. Okay, choose the green blue screen, right? So it will be overlay on top of our video, right? That's all for my sharing. Okay, so more the detail of the find it in our YouTube. All right, so thank you everyone. Okay, I pass back to Dr. Juf.
All right. So yeah, I think we come to close to the end. I think we take much longer than what we planned to, but yeah, I think you get some basic idea how we can uh, turn animation or simple drawing into animation, right? And animation into a movie with editing. All right. Again, we're gonna share right here. I think maybe we can share also in our Telegram. Maybe we can start also sharing some other examples, or if you want to try out and do some. I think Cynthia already sharing some tracing image. I think very nice in our group. All right. So we will also, I think, share some of our work, what we have done before. Maybe we find it interesting or to inspire you to produce something. All right. So Dr. Azma is here. Maybe
Yeah. Okay.
we can wrap it up. I think.
So thank you very much, Dr. Juf. So what we're going to do next is we're gonna split the groups into 4, but we let us choose, yeah, who's going to be with who, yeah. So we will just create another group in Telegram. So then what you have to do, each one of you, for the next session. So from now up until 13 of June, Dr. Juf. 13th of June.
13th of June.
So you can start building your content, yeah, and then start to communicate with the facilitator. Yeah? So whoever the facilitator with you, just start communicate, and then ask for assistance. What can be improved and so on and so forth. So for 13th of June, we're gonna review your first content. Yeah? What can be improved in terms of design and so on. Yeah, the voiceover, maybe improve the animations. Yeah, because this one is really very subjective to the expertise. Yeah, your expertise. So we're gonna ask you a lot of questions. Is that so, or how to improve? Can you do this and can you do that and so on. Okay. All right. So I think that's it, Dr. Jof. So we can close it now, the session. So thank you very much. So we'll see you in the Telegram.
Right. Yeah. Again, if you want to ask anything, please do so. I think we are. Yeah, we can answer any questions about technicals or anything. All right. We're also gonna share the link of the recording session very soon, so you can see the right here also. Dr. Zakia also sharing. So yeah, find a topic like the brainstorm that we did just now at the very beginning. Okay, a small topics that maybe we can develop a content from there. All right. So yeah, I have nothing else to share.
We can close the session, Dr. Jof. So thank you very much, everyone. So we'll see you in the Telegram.
All right.